Good morning, everyone. It's Lynn Dunn from Stamptastic Designs. Thanks so much for joining me today. So today we are going to focus on this month's paper pumpkin. So the paper pumpkin kit is called With Love and Gratitude. And so it has all the supplies that you need to create these cute little bags. And I shouldn't say cute, they're pretty. These pretty little bags and some little note cards. So, what I thought I would do today is just show you how to use the kit differently. I didn't create any of the bags or any of the note cards. So, what I did is took all of the supplies from the kit and just focused on creating standard size cards. So, that's what we're going to do today. So, good morning. Good morning, everyone. So these are just some of the cards that I created. I'll walk you through a couple of them, and then I'll show you some other fun ways that you can use this particular kit. So let's get started. So these are all of the supplies that came in the kit, these little gold foil pieces, the little pumpkins, the leaves, all of that. I just kind of took those and just designed my own cards, basically, is what I did. So I'll walk you through a couple of these. I'll show you how to create them. So let me move some of these out of the way here. First, what I'm going to show you is how you can cut apart the supplies. So before we actually get into making the kit, I want to show you what I did with the supplies here. So there's some little envelopes that came in the kit, and they have this really beautiful design on the inside of the envelope. So I cut apart the envelope, and basically what I did is just kind of cut off the edge of each of the envelopes just so that I could open up this envelope. So we'll just cut this off. So then you can open up the envelope and you have the pretty little paper here. So we're going to use this envelope liner, I guess you could call it. And I just threw this away. We're going to use this to create some of our cards. So I just kind of cut it down to whatever size I needed for the card. I pretty much cut off this rounded top piece, but I'm not going to cut this any further. I just wanted to show you how to cut it down, and then you can cut this to whatever size you need to create some cards. So that's how I cut down the envelope. And then the other thing that came in the kit were these pouches. These are like little bag pouches. So you can see it creates a little pouch if you fold on all these score lines. So I basically did the same thing. I just kind of cut this down. I cut it off on the side, and then I opened it up, and then you're able to cut down this piece. And I used this particular piece. I mean, I used a lot of the different pieces, but I used this piece in particular to create a bunch of cards. So I used this little flap from that bag to create some of the cards that I'm going to share with you today. And then I just took the rest of this and I just cut it up into different pieces that I could use as designer paper on my cards. So that's basically what I did with all of the treat bags and all of the little note cards that came in this kit. All right, so let's start with this one, and I'll show you how I created this one. So, of course, when you do this, when you don't use the kit as intended, you do have to um, provide your own supplies. So, I'm using some crumb cake cardstock to create the base of this card. And then these pieces that I have here, I just cut from the treat bags. So, I have a 3 by 4 3/4 inch piece. This is from the treat bag. So that's 3 by 4 3/4. And then the other one I have is 3.5 by 3 3/4. So this is 3 3/4. And then this, yeah, 3 3/4. And this is 3.5. So the first thing I'll do is just adhere it. So as long as you don't fold on the score lines, so you can see the score line here. As long as you don't fold on the score lines, they're not noticeable. Unless you're really looking for it, then you'll find it. So I just added this to the left side of the card. And then I put this other piece with the 3 3/4 inch this way on that side of the card. So I like to tear apart the kits and just make something different. So if you were looking for me to show you how to put together the treat bags, that's not what this video is about. So sorry to disappoint you if that's what you were looking for. But I'm going to just show you a bunch of cards. All right, so that's the basic design. And then I just cut one of the, this is just a piece of crumb cake cardstock. So I just used one of the Stylish Shapes dies just to create a fun little shape in the center of the card. And then I just embellished it with a bunch of different pieces from the kit. So I have the little white pumpkin, and then I have, um, this little piece here. I think I lost my vellum. Oh, here it is. I put some vellum on there, but you probably can't see it. I have a 1 3/4. So it's 1 3/4 by 3 that I put behind my little um, square shape here. So I think this square shape is, well, let's see, I think it's 2 3/8. Yeah, 2 3/8 by 2 3/8. All right, so we'll adhere this right away. I tried to put some vellum on there just to kind of soften the design a little bit. So you don't necessarily need the vellum, but you know me, I like my vellum. Now you can use this layout with any supplies, any designer paper that you have, so just kind of keep that in mind. You don't have to have this kit in order to use this layout. So I'm just going to add one of these little gold elements. So we'll just put this kind of up off the side. And then we'll pop up this little pumpkin here. And we'll put this off on this side. And then we'll just add our little greeting. And this was just one of the die cut shapes from the kit. So we'll just add this. And I think we'll put one right there. Let's see. That should be good. I think I need a little dimensional. Let me find those. Here's one. So I still have lots of supplies left to create lots and lots of different cards. I was only able to put together, I think I put together 8 or 9 card ideas for you guys. But I have lots of supplies left. So, all right, so that's the basic design. So isn't that pretty? And then you can just add, I added my linen thread, and then I used some of those dots. Where are they? These little brushed metallic dots. So I just used the gold ones to kind of go with the gold foil. So that is the first card. Thanks, Tony. I'm the queen of vellum and twine bows. Yep, I guess so. I used to be the queen of doilies, but they took away my doilies, so I had to find something else. All right, so let me show you this next one. I grab my card here. So this one I decided to do some embossing on the card base. So this is just the white card base. And then I used that brand new embossing folder. This is the distressed tile embossing folder. So I thought it went really nicely with just kind of the distressed look of some of the elements in this particular kit. And oops, I got to stamp my greeting too. Well, let's do that right away. So there's, well, since I got this here, there are a variety of different stamps in this particular kit. So this is the exclusive stamp set that came with the kit. I kind of stuck with the this particular greeting, grateful for you, but there's a bunch of different greetings that you can use to create your cards. So let's stamp this. The kit came with Lost Lagoon, a little Lost Lagoon ink spot. But with all the kits, if you look at the insert, it tells you what colors they used and what coordinates with the kit. So I'm going to use some Pebbled Path, and that's what I'm using for my greeting. And then you just stamp your greeting on these little die cut pieces that they gave you. So I think the coordinating colors are Pebbled Path and Crumb Cake. I think there's some Copper Clay, all kinds of stuff. All right, so these pieces, let's see, what are they? They are 2 3/4 by 3.5. So 2 3/4 by 3.5. And then this one is 3 3/8 by 2 5/8. And so I just adhered these together just like this. So I'm going to adhere those together first, and then we'll put it on the card. So I really just wanted this Lost Lagoon color here. So this is actually, I probably should have showed you that. You're wondering, where did I get that Lost Lagoon color? This is actually one of the note cards. So see, it has the score line here. So I just cut up one of the note cards and used it as designer paper. All right, so then we can adhere this to the card front. And I just adhered it right off the side, kind of in the middle. All right, so that's the basic design. And then again, you just add your little elements. And all these little elements were in the kit. So we'll add this one right here. And then for this, I just kind of laid everything out. So I have the larger pumpkin and the smaller pumpkin, and then I have this little set of leaves. And I just kind of laid it out. And then I laid my greeting over the top to see if that's where I wanted it. And here's my little trick. So we'll hold on to everything. And I'm going to lay this greeting over the top. And hopefully this will work. I got part of it. Let's add a little bit of glue here. So I tried to just kind of glue them together in a little clump, like I did here. And then once I have them glued together in that little clump, then I can go ahead and add my dimensionals. That way I don't have to try to, tuck everything. It's all just kind of stuck together. I hope that makes sense. Excuse me. All right. So we will add this, and I just added this right off the side. So let's see. Let's go right about there. And that's it. That's the basic design. And then you can add your other elements, my little embellishments, and then my little linen thread. So I think this one's one of my favorites. I thought I would stick with the pumpkins. I'll show you guys some other designs using the other elements, but at least for right now, I'm going to just show you these. Let me get these out of the way here. Where did my other one go? Here it is. All right, and here's the third one. So for this one, what I did is I used the pumpkin in the kit. So let me put the pumpkin on here. And then there's a little stem right here. This little tiny stem. So we'll grab that. So I did a little bit of stamping on here, and I got that idea. If you ever notice on the back of your paper pumpkin flyer, this is the flyer that comes in the kit. They have some alternative ideas for you on the back. So I noticed that they stamped those pumpkins on the bag, and I thought, oh, that would be cute on a little card. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to get some scrap paper here. And I have a, let's see, a 3.5 by 4 3/4 inch piece of one of the treat bags. So this is one of the treat bags that I cut down so that I could use it for the card. And then I used some crumb cake ink to stamp the pumpkins. So kind of crumb cake on crumb cake. And I gotta get this image going here. Maybe I'll use a little pad behind this. Hang on. I found that if I use, something behind here with this photopolymer, it stamps a little bit better. I think because this is such a solid image, it needs a little cushion behind it. All right, so let's start down on the bottom, and we will add a little pumpkin here. And then we'll add one off to the side. And how about one in the middle? So I just stamped a bunch of them. And we'll put this one right here. And then, so that's the crumb cake. And then I used Pebbled Path to add the little stems. So I'm going to do that. And this little stem, of course, fits perfectly. We'll add the little stems here. I think that looks pretty good. Oh, we could probably add half of it over here. Okay. So we got the little stems on there. And now I think we're ready to make the card. Let's see. All right, so these are the pieces that I'm using for the card. And again, I cut up one of those note cards so you can see the line right here, but you won't see that once I get this on. So this is just a 3.5 by 4. So it's 3.5 by 4 1/4. So again, if you don't have the kit, you can just use designer paper to create, this particular design on any card. You can use any supplies. So we'll add this right across the center. And then we'll add this one over the top. And that pretty much covers up that score line over here. All right, so we'll add that. I'll bring the card back so you guys can see it. And then I just kind of did the same thing here. Let's see. I want my pieces like this. So I kind of want them off center. Probably right about there. Let's see if I can pick these up. Nope, little pumpkin wants to scoot. So we'll pick it up this way. Flip it over. And we'll use some dimensionals to hold it in place. And we'll put one here for good measure. Let's put one more right here just to hold that in place. And that should be good. Yep. All right, so we can put this little guy on here. And I just ran it right off the side. And that's it. And then of course you can embellish it and then add some linen thread. So that is the third card that I wanted to share with you. So let me bring these cards back. So like I said, I kind of played around with the pumpkins first. So those are the pumpkin ones. But I'll show you some other ones that I created. I think I have one more pumpkin. Where did it go? Yeah, I did a little pumpkin one just with some torn paper. And then I used this on the inside. You can see the score line, but that's okay. But I just used up some of the scrap pieces that I had cut from those different bags and then just tucked the little pumpkin in there. And then the other element that was in this particular kit was this big spray here, which I didn't use on any of these cards. But you had two different types of gold elements. So where are they? One was a small one like this, which I used on most of these other cards. And then there was also a larger gold element, which I used on this particular card. So there's lots of different ways that you can use it, but here's where I used that part of the treat bag that I showed you earlier. When I cut apart this treat bag, I just used a small piece. This is about a 2.5-inch long piece that I cut from the treat bag. And then of course I used a note card and just ran the note card right down the center of a piece of cardstock. So let's see if I can get these all on screen for you. And then here's another design. Again, I just used that note card, or I'm sorry, the treat bag piece and a little extra piece from the note card. And all of these pieces, all of these elements were in the kit. And here I used a little longer piece. So there's lots of different ways that you can use this kit. These are only seven card ideas, but like I said, I have tons of supplies left. So I'll be creating a few more ideas and I'll get everything out on my blog for you guys, all the measurements and different things that I use to create these cards. But I had a lot of fun with this kit. I like cutting apart, the treat bags and other things that are in the kit just to create something different. So that's what I did. So I hope you guys enjoyed these card ideas. And actually, so I forgot to tell you, I do have an extra kit. So if you didn't get in on this month's kit, I do have one kit left. So you can just email me at stamptasticdesigns@gmail.com. And whoever emails me first can have it. So like I said, I just have one. I always order two because usually there's somebody that misses out on the kit and they're looking for one. So I do have one if you're looking for one. So, all right. And then, so I have some links in the description with this video. It'll take you over to my blog where you can see just a sneak peek of the tutorial that I offer every month. You get 12 additional ideas or different ways that you can use the kit. So that tutorial is free to all my Paper Pumpkin subscribers. And if you're not a subscriber, I did provide that link as well. So I've been a subscriber for a long time. So I really enjoy the kits and I enjoy just kind of doing different things with them. So I hope you guys enjoyed these card ideas. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and I will see you guys again next week. So take care, everybody.